Hey guys, I thought I would make a video of like a year in review of like 2019. I just came out of the shower. This is what my hair looks like when I don't have gel in it, but I really don't care. I don't have much time really, I feel like, to film this video, and I really want to film it. I thought about filming it a couple of days ago, and I wasn't even in town, so I couldn't really film it. Also, haven't shaved yet, so look at it now. This is probably like the most facial hair you're gonna see in a long time, because I don't like it when it's like this, because I can't grow it in fully. But anyways, I made a list. My handwriting's terrible. Of pretty much just like the things that happened by month and describing them to you without releasing too much information, because some of the things that happened to me were also things that happened to like involving other people, and I'm not gonna share information about those people. So I'm just gonna give like enough information where you guys get the point, and I feel like I'm not, you know, doing any of that stuff. So anyways, I'm gonna start off with January. So January and February was like the hardest months out of the year. So for January, I was depressed, and it wasn't just depression. My mental health was never that bad before. I was depressed one other time when I was 13, and then it got better, and I didn't deal with it since. But yeah, I was depressed, and it was worse than ever, and I was also suicidal. Um, yeah, I had a lot of thoughts about killing myself, and I even harmed myself a couple of times, or at least I tried to, and they failed. Not like not killing myself, but like cutting, my wrist. I don't know. I was afraid of doing that, and the object wasn't sharp enough. But anyways, January was not a good month. I was just very depressed and suicidal. February was a month where I stopped being friends with some people. Um, at the time, I was in the closet. I kind of wanted to come out. I didn't know when, though. For a while, my plan was to come out either after high school or right when I turned 18, and just like move out and live in another city and finish high school maybe online or something. Um, but my thoughts were starting to change, and I thought of maybe coming out sooner. And um, yeah, I had about four friends who I knew were homophobic and not accepting. I didn't know that right when I met them. It took a little while for me to, find out. Um, but yeah, they weren't good friends anyways, and I just found an excuse to stop being friends with them. And it was hard because it was people I would talk to every day for like almost a year, but it's not worth it. So that was a month where I was just lonely. There wasn't too many people to talk to. Um, so March, that's when a lot of the important stuff really just happened in a short period of time, and it started to turn around a little bit. So February, I was very lonely, like I said. March, I started to make a lot of friends at my school. I didn't have many friends at my high school, because a lot of people from my middle school didn't go to my high school, and that was one of the reasons why I was depressed. There's many other things, but one of them was I didn't have any friends really, and all my friends were crap. That I did have a few that I had. So yeah, I made some really great friends. I still talk to today. They're very nice. I really care about them. And the biggest thing was I came out to my mom in March. I'm trying to think. I don't know when in March. I think it was like late March. Now I remember. It was like the last week probably. Yeah, I came out to my mom in a text message. Very awkward. I have it in my coming out video, so if you haven't watched that, go watch it. And yeah, so my mental health slowly started to get better after that, because it was like an important person that I was trying really hard to come out to that I couldn't. And I'm not gonna lie, I wish I would have waited a little bit longer, because I wasn't expecting to come out, and I feel like people should come out when they're ready, and I definitely wasn't. And my mom, she didn't mean to, but she did ask a lot of questions I wasn't prepared to answer. But either way, I came out to my mom, and my mental health did get better. So April, um, I consider that I came out like April 25th, just because even though I made a coming out video before that, I didn't, I still did not really come out to the people at my school. Like, my YouTube channel is very small, so only a few people are going to see it. But at my school, I was still kind of hiding the fact, and I couldn't help it. So, yeah, I consider me coming out on the 25th of April. Um, so yeah, that's when I came out to everyone, and that was, I mean, a huge step. If you're gay or if you're bi or just in the LGBT plus community, like alone, and you come out, that's probably like one of the biggest things you're gonna have to do if you're in that community in your life, and it really affects you because it's like a secret that you're holding in for years, and then you let it out. And it was also big for me because, like I said, like when I came out to my mom too, you should never think like this, but I did, and I wasn't in a good place, keep in mind. But I felt like if I didn't come out, that she'd think of me as a failure, which she obviously did not. She wouldn't care, but that's how my brain was working then. Um, so I wasn't really ready to come out. I kind of wish I would have waited until maybe like, honestly, maybe like September or something, like when this year started, because it was very early. Most people were supportive, but I did get some hate, and the hate that I got was very intense. It was so I wasn't prepared really, but I did come out, and it was a big step for me. May was the time because I came out so late, like in April. It was pretty much like almost May. So May was when I got a lot of reactions from the people that found out that I was gay. Um, like I said, most of them were good because I got rid of a lot of people that were homophobic. All my friends were pretty much supportive. Like, only one friend I found out wasn't really the most supportive person as I thought she would. Um, but yeah, so I did get a couple of bad reactions. Some were just calling me honestly faggot, and some were like way out there on like stuff I don't even want to go into. I mean, I feel like you guys, people that watch my channel, are probably old enough where they get the point of like how bad it could be. But yeah, it was just people making comments about me and pointing and stuff like that. I mean, that happened quite a bit when I first came out. It still does happen now, but I feel like not as much, which is nice, but it's still hard. June, that was the last month in school. I was kind of just busy getting stuff done for final exams and everything, so I was working pretty hard. I bet there was still a lot of stuff going on when I came out and all that, but I wasn't really paying attention because I was so busy on work. So I didn't really like notice it that much anymore. And, you know, after that, summer just started, so I was really just enjoying myself. And July, I put enjoy my best life. I wasn't in school, so I didn't have to hear any like homophobic things. So it was all just like good stuff, and that was probably like the most like best time of the year was July, and I was just very happy and the complete opposite of what I was like, in the beginning of the year. So August, it was kind of like it started maybe 2 weeks before school started. I started having anxiety about going back to school because the year was very hard and I didn't know what it was going to be like, and I knew that some of my friends were also moving away, and they weren't going to be in my school next year. So I had a lot of anxiety about going back, and I really didn't want to. I kind of just want to stay in that one place and just summer, just be there forever and never go back, pretty much. I mean, I'm having that right now because winter break's almost over. Um, and then, so September, that's when I went back to school. That's when a lot of my issues kind of went back because I was having trouble like adapting to the new environment. A lot of my friends moved away again, and it felt like the beginning of last year. And I was just very sad because I finally just wanted to like make friends and like have those friends and they stay there and friends that I can have a relationship with and stay with me well into my adult years. Like that's all I ever wanted. And so when I had friends that were moving out again and I stopped talking to them, it was just very frustrating and I was annoyed and just sad because, it was just a hard environment again. October though, that I quickly made some new friends though. I was very fortunate. And the friends I made, they weren't bad friends. They were great friends. And yeah, so that was kind of like the turning point. November was school was great. School was probably like the best. Well, my high school life was the best it ever been because my high school years were never like great. So it was really good. I liked it. It reminded me of middle school. Middle school was a great time. But my home life wasn't good. I wasn't getting along with my mom, and things were getting worse. We were getting along for a while after I came out, so pretty much March until November, we were just like, everything was great, and I could talk to my mom about anything, and just, it was like that for, what, like 8 months or something. So when we started to get in a lot of arguments all the time, like just out of nowhere, it was very frustrating, and so that's when it started to get worse again. So December was pretty much like a preview of what the beginning of the year was like again, except for it was worse. I don't know what I just said. Anyways, but like December, the first 2 weeks, well, no, the first week, it was bad. It was worse than November, but still was like nowhere near of what I thought I was going to end up being into. Me and my mom, we weren't getting along, and things were just not going great for me. And it was starting to become an issue at school because, like, I feel like I had to put on like a front, and I couldn't really fake it anymore because things were so bad. And so I started to hate school again after it was going really well. So the whole period where everything was going great at school didn't really last too long because of what was happening at home. And then, because I've dealt with depression before, I started to see the signs, like myself, of depression. Um, so I said in November that school was getting, really good, but home life was bad. And I would say that probably like the second or like third week in November, that's when I started to like get in a funk. And I didn't really get out of that funk until like a couple of days before Christmas. So it was like 5 weeks where I was kind of like depressed. Um, yeah, my mom was going through hard times and we weren't getting along. And I can't go into details because it's very personal for me and my mom. But it was, I know I'm young. I'm only 16, but I'm still 16. And that was probably like the worst me and my mom's relationship has ever been. And I was very sad. I would go in my room and just like cry a lot. I was very depressed. I would talk to my sister all the time about what was going on. And even my sister and my mom were getting along. So I wasn't seeing my sister for about like 3 weeks. And yeah, things were just going down south. And I'm not going to say why it was going down south because, like I said, that's way personal. But yeah, I was really depressed. And I was worried that if it kept going on, that I would get suicidal again. And yeah. Finally, though, a couple of days before Christmas, things were starting to get better between me and my mom. And with me and my sister and my mom were getting better too. And everyone just started to get along better, but it was still hard. The holidays were hard because on top of that, we went to my sister's boyfriend's house and we met his family. Well, not met his family. We were hanging out with his family, and it was nice, but like growing up, I've never had a family really before. It's always been my mom and my sisters. My dad hasn't been around in years. I haven't seen my dad in like over 7 years. So they're not used to that. They're used to kind of like being this big family and everyone knows each other and they're very close, and I'm not used to that environment. So going there was hard at first, like really hard. Um I guess cuz it made me realize like how much I wanted that and how much I never, no matter how hard I tried, I'd never been able to get that. So, yeah, I mean, so it was hard, but it did get better. I started to get used to being around them and I realized that wasn't so bad, but the holidays were definitely hard for me. And then finally, I would say ever since like a couple of days after Christmas, um I've been doing really well. I've been really happy and stuff, and definitely not all depressed, just very happy and enjoying my break, enjoying life. So far, 2020 has been such a great year. I mean, I know we're only 4 days into it, but 2019, I feel like even the first day was just downright terrible. So to have 4 days that were like great and absolutely nothing bad has happened yet is a big deal for me, especially coming out of all of this. I mean, I still like when I look at the worst times in my life, I look at 2019 and it's scary because it wasn't that long ago. But hold on. Sorry. Sorry guys, my mom's not home and I kind of want to keep it that way while I'm making a video because I'm very awkward and talking about this is awkward for me, obviously. But I wanted to make this video. I thought about it a couple of days ago because I thought 2019 was definitely was one of the worst years I've ever dealt with, but it was such a learning experience at the same time because even though I went through hell and it was like terrible, I also did like the most like crazy things. Like I finished one of the most important goals in my life, like coming out. I knew that I was gay like deep down probably like 4 years before I came out, which might not seem like a lot, but when you think about you're holding in a secret every day that you want to just tell like someone or tell well, really everyone, but you're afraid to get hate from it and this and you're scared and you keep it in for 4 years. you know I don't know, not everyone may not know what it feels like if you're straight, which is whatever, but like if you're in that LGBT community, like what it feels like, how hard it is. So doing that was such a huge step, and I mean, still to like right now, like I'm so proud of myself where I am because it really doesn't feel like that long ago since I came out, and it really wasn't. And I'm so different. Like every single month I've changed, I feel like, in a drastic way. So to really compare myself from what I was exactly from a year ago is like a big deal. So, and I can't really even describe like how proud of myself like I am. And I just want to say is I'm talking about this because I know that there's probably people who've dealt with depression that watch my videos, and you might be going for it right now, but you guys know now like what I've been through last year, and you know how hard that was. And honestly, I just went through like a summary of it. I mean, this is not everything. I went through so much worse than this, but I don't want to get into that. But my point is, if I can do this, you guys can do anything. Like, really, you can. Like, this is amazing. And for anyone that needs to, like, talk to me about, if you're depressed and suicidal, or you might be in the closet. I mean, I don't know what my subscribers are thinking, but if you're going through any issues in general, I'm going to put my Instagram down in the description. I want you guys to, like, DM me and tell me your problems. I will talk to you as soon as possible, and we can just talk about it, because sometimes you need someone to talk to. I didn't have really anyone to talk to, and I wish I did, because I feel like if I did have someone who kind of reached out to me a little bit more, that it wouldn't have progressed so bad. But I can prevent someone from going through what I did last year, the experiences. And I just wanted to say, it's just like I don't even know, like, going through this, it's like bittersweet. Like, it makes me sad, but at the same time, talking about this, it makes me very happy from what I did. And I really hope that you guys are going to have, like, the best year ever. And, if 2019 was bad, well, then screw that year. That was a bad year. You can look back on it, but don't make 2020 a bad year. Enjoy your life as much as you can. And like I said, if you guys have any problems, please DM me. And I hope you like this video, and it was a very positive video for you guys, and it might help one of you from whatever situation you're in. And I'm going to make another video about kind of like being single soon, because it's honestly been bothering me lately, and it hasn't for a while, but past couple of days it has. So yeah, that should be a fun video for me. But I don't know, I feel like it's good to have videos that you can relate on. So anyways, that's it. I love you guys. Hopefully I make some videos soon. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications on new videos and all that. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.